Hey, howdy folks, how you doing? Welcome to beautiful, hot Florida. I want to show you a couple things that I finally finished. You've seen the previews of it, and they are done. It happened, as you see. I was at Frank's place. It was awesome day. I learned so much. The camera actually shut off. You'll see it in the last video. There are only 3 videos, but the last video the camera just shut off. My battery died, and of course I forgot the replacement battery home. So excited. So it was a great day. I learned tremendous amount of new tricks, which I will share with you, some in those videos you've seen, and some down the road as I get to finally do them and use them. So you'll see that. Hopefully you'll enjoy it and help some of you guys. And what I'm working on, actually, I'm gonna treat myself today, is I'm really excited about the new model with Kylie, the kind of collaboration with CKC. This knife, I mark it so I don't do any mistake. What is outside of the scale? And since the blades are on the way to the heat treat, I'm gonna treat myself with the Stellite 6K blade for it. So there you see, it is gonna be a sick looking knife, I think. I personally love it. It's really kind of my taste. So really excited about that. I'm gonna try to do it today. We'll see. And stuff that we did. So here's the one that probably most people are actually kind of excited to see. A lot of people seen it already on Instagram. It actually is in auction right now there. And it is a beautiful piece, I think. If I can say so myself, it is beautiful. You guys know that I'm not the biggest fan of hollow ground, but they are beautiful. And especially when they are, by master like Frank is. There's a lot of people that can make the hollow grind so good looking. And actually I gotta say that just the kind of dedication and the pursuit of perfection I've seen on Frank's stuff and in his work, it made me push also. And hopefully you're gonna see it on my knives too, that I will go that extra mile to try to make things perfect. It is a little harder with my knives because I just don't have much room for error, but there is another thing, grinding jig, that will help me down the road to achieve it, actually, even with my thin grinds, to achieve the perfection every time, hopefully, if I don't do really stupid mistake. So it's just, perfect. It's actually not that bad behind the edge either. It's about 15 thousandths behind the edge, so it's still gonna be nice kata, beautiful lines, beautiful perfection, surface ground. The first Gavko blade that was actually surface ground, like properly surface ground on a precision machine, which reminds me I have to call Travis, the TW90 guy, and get that surface grinder. It's been on order forever. I have bad luck calling him. I've been really busy lately. I have to call him, remind myself, and send the payment and all that stuff. So you see the nice fine orange peel. Everything is kind of perfectly matched to him. You have that machinist concealed carry, matching pocket clip, matching backspacer protruding, which is pretty cool. Titanium screws. The blade, the way the grinds are, it just perfectly fits. If you, let me stand this. If you notice, the top swedge is almost like perfectly in line with the top chamfer of the handle, and so is the main grind is kind of perfectly in line with this chamfer. So just awesome, I think. Really cool kind of matching of the team. Beautiful action on this, perfectly centered, and just really nice action, just right. And what that visit made me, like, I made this one before, so I knew on a good day I can make even my flat grinds like perfect, right? But I picked up couple tricks and couple, little extra motivation that I did this one, for example, yesterday, and it's another one of those that if you look at that grind, it is perfect. It just it's there, just beautiful, clean. It's kind of like a spoon, but the more far forward, and the swedge makes it look like a booby, but it isn't. It's actually just straight. But I think it still could be considered kind of like a booby shape. Pretty cool looking, just a nice simple 3-hole design. My shaping, backspacer with the kind of like a dimple pattern, and it's blackened out, and the pocket clip is blackened out titanium, which is nicely fitting. This one is crazy smooth and just nice, kind of like strong D10. so it just flies out crazy and close out easily. And then I did this one. This one I'm really happy about. It was one of those experiments. I knew what's gonna happen, I didn't know how it's gonna look, and I was pleasantly surprised. A lot of people like it. I did the colorful theme, you know, after many knives of a gray and bronzish theme, and I gotta say I really like this, and a lot of people did also. So first little nice detail, mosaic pin insets in the pocket clip, titanium screws, and you'll be able to see that handle. Now the funny thing is, I'm not sure, it's kind of hard to notice all the little details on the handle just through the camera, but if you pay attention to all the little details, all the little, I don't know how would you, spots here and here, they are absolutely perfectly identical, even to such a little detail as, if you notice, there are like two kind of dots here. You see them there? Look at that. You see them there? It's funny how something so simple can actually produce such a incredible precise outcome. And it's, you know, when the blanks are, you know, sample set and prepped for anodization, turn them around, make sure the lock bar is bent actually a little bit outward, and grab a titanium wire and close them together. You know, these sides are facing each other, close them together with a titanium wire that acts like a spring, so it actually kind of presses a little bit against them. That means that my flats, these tiny little flats here, you know, these flats are laying against each other. That means this anodizing solution, electricity doesn't get there, the solution doesn't get there, so it doesn't get anodized. And the very corners of it, the peaks, and then you have the lock bar, you know, obviously it gets there to the lock bar, that gets anodized, and then the corners, the borders, where it can and where it cannot, it gets that crazy rainbow, but it's like, it's getting into the crevice and it disappears. So that's exactly what you get. It's like a microscopic rainbow through the spectrum of the titanium anodization. So then take it apart and just anodize it different blue, stone wash, and bronze, and it has this really cool outcome of a knife, I think. And it's another one that is just, the grind is just perfect. Really happy with it. I put a lot of work into this, but you know, seeing them now, you're gonna probably see a lot of satin grinds now, because I wanna really work on that grind. Make it, you know, make it to the point where you cannot find a flaw. That's my goal now. Perfect the grind to the point where you cannot find a flaw, and I'm gonna really try to chase it. It's funny because most people actually don't care about the tiny little flaws that much, because they, you know, everybody, even me, I consider it's, you know, it's handmade. You gotta see the flaws. It's kind of, that's what it's a nice thing about it. But you know, I still, as a knife maker, you want to achieve that. I want to have it perfect, so nobody can see a flaw. It's kind of, you know, benchmark. And meeting and being friends with people like Fischer doesn't really help it. I mean, it helps it, but doesn't help it in, you know, the shortcutting. It's gonna cost you time and energy to try the extra mile and make it perfect. Guys, hope you enjoyed it. This will be for sale probably on the end of the weekend. You know, tomorrow or Monday. I'll see when I settle down and have time to list it all. But they're gonna probably all gonna get listed there at once. This one is as an auction on Instagram today, which is going pretty good, I gotta say so far. So thank you all for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. You all have a wonderful weekend. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.